Not only do you need to know this for your GCSEs, it also forms a part of your driving test. Right, if we start at the top there. From the science perspective, what you need to know is that you have a driving force being provided by the engine, but there are three main forces acting against the movement or the force being provided by the car. It's air resistance, friction of the wheels against the road or other components, and also the braking force, which is a deliberate force used to slow the car down. Now, the size needed to stop a car in a certain distance depends on the mass of the car, how many kilograms it's got, and the speed of the car. So let's imagine you've got to stop it in 10 meters. Well, obviously, if you've got a car that has a massive amount of mass, it's going to be harder to stop than something that weighs, say, 1 kilogram. And the same goes for the speed. If you're doing 100 miles an hour, I need to stop in 10 meters. That's going to be impossible, but unless you hit a wall. But if you travel at, say, 1 mile an hour, it's an easier thing to do. You need to know that stopping distance, and you must memorise this, so this is well worth putting into some sort of card. Stopping distance is thinking distance and braking distance. Make sure you know what each of these things mean. They do mean different things. So the stopping distance is made of two parts. The thinking distance is not when you're thinking about braking. You're not going to say, oh, should I brake now? It's the reaction time, really. And it's not even a time. It's actually to do with how far you travel whilst your body is reacting to the trigger. So it's the distance travel and the time it takes to react. And of course, your reactions depend on tiredness, whether on drugs or on alcohol, any distractions like using the phone or listening to the radio, and the speed of your car obviously is a factor. The braking distance is the distance travel once the brake has been applied. So you've reacted, you applied the brakes, and then the distance travel whilst the brakes have been applied, that is your braking distance. And of course that is affected by the speed of the car, how fast it's going, the road conditions. If it's icy, wet or muddy, there'll be less friction on the road, so you may skid, and the car conditions as well. If you don't look after your car, the brakes and the tyres, that will affect the braking distance altogether. And that there is what you need to know about stopping distance and braking distance in cars.